Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me here, Shanna's Sweets. I'm so happy you could make it. I want to make another card in our July, Christmas in July series. And we're going to use a stamp that carried over from the catalog last year. It was in the holiday catalog and it carried over into the new annual catalog called Glamper Greetings. And we're going to make a Christmas card with it. We're going to make this card here for that loved one you have that likes to go camping. And my parents happen to be camping this week, so this would be a great card to give them at Christmas time. So we are going to mix it up with the papers, Christmas papers that are in the current catalog, the current annual catalog. The new holiday catalog will be coming out in September, but there are some Christmas papers for those people that want to get started early. This is called Be Merry, and it's 144111, and this is, it's 6x6 papers, I think. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It might be 12 by 12. I'm sorry. I don't have my catalog in front of me. I do think they're 12 by 12 actually. But they are beautiful papers, but I've cut them down to make little tags out of them. And so they're very easily cut down, and these tags are 1 1/4, 1 inch, and 1 1/2. So they're perfect, and as you can see here, you can still see the design on the paper, even cut at that size. So even I made the mittens 1 1/2 because they were bigger, and you can still see them and make out what they are. So we are going to, this stamp set is perfect for watercoloring. I'm going to be making some other throughout the season. I'm going to make a Halloween card. I'm already planning on a video for Halloween and another one for an all occasion, a birthday and something else. I'm already brainstorming today for that. So it's perfect for either, I'm going to use the pencils today, but I'm also going to be showing you some watercoloring techniques too, because I have to thank one of my customers. She has just been bugging me about this stamp set and got me on the idea to use this stamp set. So I want to thank her very much for doing that a lot. So we're going to do this. Hopefully, I have already colored up part of it, but I'm going to show you a little bit. This is the one that I have finished so far, and we're going to use the pencils today. Like I said, I've done a lot, so that way you didn't have to see me. This stamps, you want to use the black because it's archival ink, but I have found with these pencils, you have to be careful that you don't get your blender pen in the ink still, because even make sure it's good and dry, because it still will try to pull that black ink into your pencil with the blender pen. So you still want to be very careful when you're blending to not pull that blender ink in. So I made this camper. I'm just hung up on blue. I made this one a little bit darker. So what color? I think I'm going to use another, maybe. So this is Pacific Blue. Pacific Point is this blue. So I think I'm going to use the Bermuda Bay on here. And if you don't have to be real precise when laying down the pencils. And for the there's a garland, which I used on the other stamp, and then there's these light bulbs. So you can, for the light bulbs, you can color in, or you can take your blender pen to the pencil itself, and then for those little bitty spots, I found that easier to take the blender pen to the pencil and then dab it down. You get a brighter color, and it goes down easier, especially so you don't get the black to run. So I'm not like being precise here because the blender pen is going to, let's make sure I don't have any color on there, blend it all out. I'm using the thick Whisper White. I just found that it's got a little more tooth to it, so I like it for stamping and using the blender pens. Of course, the watercolor paper is very good, and the shimmer paper is very good too. I just find that I like the thicker for using these pencils. But this smooths out any of that pencil, and it does make the pencils brighter, the color brighter. So they are a little bit more dull when you first lay them down. Now this darker blue, I colored it, pushed a little harder on my pencil to just make that a little bit darker so that the beam of the door frame and the picture frame and you so it does bring up just a little bit of the paper. So the Bermuda Bay's kind of got a little bit of a teal color to it. So there is my little RV. And then there are, the stamp set has little, so you could put a pie in the window, flowers, different things that you want. My card itself, the blender pens come two to a package, so I keep one in with my pencils and then I keep one in my marker case. These pencils are in the book. I will have all the supplies listed on my blog with the numbers at shannasweetsblog.blogspot.com. Of course, the Stampin' Up! Store is open 24/7. It's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now this time I decided to do 2 layers. So my red layer is actually just one. It is not 5 1/4. It's like 7/8. Not 7/8. It's 1/8 smaller. And then this one is 4. So I went down by 8ths, and then this one. So I want to put this on first, and then I want to stamp my little tree and my snowman. And the reason I want to do that is because it's how I made my mind up where I wanted the tags. Because I needed the tree to go down first. And the snowman. I need to make sure he looks like he's got, yeah, there's something on him. Just hate that when you got something on your, I got my scrubby over here. There's something on his nose. It's not coming very clean. I just re-inked my ink pad, so the ink is all falling up under his cone. I'm going to go over here to a corner where it's not as bad. Well, there we go. I think that's better. Take this off so I can see. It's not going to push very dark. All right. So, alrighty. So now what I want to show you that I did is I took the re-inker. This is a white re-inker. And I'm going to put a drop on my block. And then I'm picking up a little bit with a paintbrush. And I'm just going to paint in my star. And I'm going to paint in my snowman. Now, first I'm going to paint over my snowman's dots. And as my white dries, I'll be able to see them to re-accent them with the marker. But I wanted to accent my little guy here. And I'm going to paint over his face. So I guess I didn't have to worry about him being blotchy because I was going to paint over it, but okay. Now, I have 2 punches. I'm going to show you, this is our banner punch, which is like my favorite punch. And you just, this one is the 1 1/4. You can stamp anywhere from a 1 up to 2. I actually have done less than that. So this one kind of fits in there funky because it isn't exact. So I'm just going to kind of line it up in the middle. since it doesn't line up as well as the other ones. And boom, it makes. So I'm going to use this one first. And this one's going to go clear over. So where do I want my picture? This one's not going all the way down, so I do the two that I want the closest and the farthest. And I'm going to tear a little bit off the top of that because it's going to go up higher. But this one's going to go clear to the edge. Forgot to put tape. So I haven't got any tape on this one yet, so I'm just waiting. But it's going to go up a little bit. Actually, I think I want to bring it down so more of my ornaments can show. All right, then I'll go ahead and put tape on this one. And then I'm just going to sneak it in underneath this. And then that way I can put tape on this one. And I need the brown pencil for the bottom of my tree. And there's a black pencil for my top hat. Still a little wet. Then I'm going to use the cherry red. There's a sentiment that says, "Have a happy holiday." This is the classic label punch. Punch that out. I'm going to go ahead and do have many dimensionals, or you can cut these in half. I'm going to go up. I want to be able to see the fishtailies on there. I'm going to use a black marker for my dots. I'm going to go ahead and re-put my snowman's little dots on him. And his little nose. There you go. And there's my card. So, thank you so much for watching and seeing my little camper. And if you're interested in this cute little Glamper Greetings, know anybody who wants to go light camping, this is the great year-round stamp set. You can see it at my site 24/7. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or contact me anytime. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye.